So
Get out, man.
get your rhythm on, man.
Let me get myself together, man.
Go ahead, Dad.
What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT. That's Real Men Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man. I got my boy EIG in the building.
Yeah. What up, y'all? What up?
Oh, yeah. And we want to welcome y'all. Bring y'all into another conversation piece today here on RMT. And before we even get started, y'all already know what time it is. Y'all already know what time it is. I want to give a shout out, a big shout out, man, to thank you guys for tuning in, for watching us, getting those views up on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
Come on.
Anchor, Apple Podcast, Spotify, on all those places. We appreciate y'all joining in, listen to us, getting us those likes, those shares, just
Yep.
out there, just really showing us love. So I want to give a big shout out to y'all. And then also, man, I have to give a major shout out to this person, man, for real.
Come on. Come on,
Major
Dad.
shout out, major shout out.
Come
That's
on.
gonna be the man upstairs, man.
Yes, sir.
EOD.
Hey,
Yeah. He
don't get
took
no
care
bigger,
of me,
man.
man. I did a little traveling, got there, enjoyed myself, got back safely, taking care of me. Still got my health, my strength. And yeah, big shout out to God. So yeah,
Yes,
but so
sir.
EI, before we get started, man, you got any shout outs?
Hey, man, shout out to the viewers and the listeners, first of all.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that come first. Definitely give a shout out to God. I like that one, man. Hey, we need to do that every day.
Right, right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And right now, man, I'm just gonna give a random shout out, man, to hey, look, all my family that's in the state of Texas right now. Hey,
Mhm.
shout out to Texas, big state. You
Shout
know what I
out.
mean?
Yes,
And
sir.
that's not to exclude anybody else, all my other family members. Y'all time coming. But
Yeah, yeah.
today is just a shout out to the big state fam. So, hey
Already.
man, much love to y'all from the shout out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then without further ado, we're gonna get to the proceeding this evening. And on today's topic, ooh, this a doozy. This a doozy. I like it. I like it. From the moment EI came and chatted with me about it, I liked it. And got a little fire in my soul, you know.
Come
But
on, Rev.
today, what we gonna talk about? Nightmares after the daydream. All
Mm,
right. Nightmares after the daydream. Ooh. And
mm,
so we all have been in a place where we've been caught daydreaming. We got
right.
our goals, we got our aspirations, we got things that we want to do in life.
Mm-hmm.
And we all excited about it. All excited about it. We can see ourselves, we write stuff down. We got ideas, we Googling, we brainstorming about everything that we're gonna do in our future, and we can see it crystal
Mm-hmm.
clear. It's a beautiful sight. Rainbows, the clouds are white, blue skies. It's just a beautiful thing. We can see the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yes, sir.
But it just seemed like after we done all that, and you mess around and tell somebody, and here come a thunderbolt, some
Mm,
lightning, a gray cloud, a
yeah.
rain. It's just total destruction once they say that to you. It's just a nightmare now. From that beautiful dream that you had, from the rainbows, the beautiful clouds, the ideals, the research that you did, the how pumped you was when you first thought of it, until you telling somebody and bam. And it really hurts when it's somebody you love and you really care about. Just say if it's your spouse, it's your mom, it's your
Mm,
dad, it's your best friend, you know, that person that you really have confidence in, thinking that they're gonna love this idea because they love you. And they rain on your parade and that nightmare come in. So man,
mm.
before I even get into it, EIG, EIG,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I'm gonna bring you in here, man, and give me your thoughts and your opinions about this subject today.
Man, this topic, man, another one that I feel is universal. Everybody can relate to. The
Absolutely.
topic saying nightmares after daydreams. We all daydream. And in a sense, we're saying, we all have goals, right? We all have these visions of things that we want to do,
Mm-hmm.
what we plan to be, hopes to be in this kind of relationship, maybe hopes to be this place financially,
Absolutely.
anything, anything that we can think of, we can sit and imagine it, and it feels so good in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all run into that wall, whether that's other people. Like you said, you could
Mm.
tell somebody, and maybe their response wasn't what you expected.
Yep.
You talking to somebody about your ambitions and your dreams, some vision you got, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, okay, well that sounds good,"
Mm.
or "Okay, yeah, keep going," or I don't know about that. That sound, I don't think you need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it from people we love, close ones, but one of the most important people that come and add to this nightmare is ourselves, man. That voice in our head,
Mm.
that self doubt
Mm.
that's right there staring at you when you got this vision to start a business. You got this
Mm.
vision to maybe just move to another city. Maybe you want a new start, but you envision being in a new place, can see
Mm-hmm.
you and your family or yourself vacation or see yourself successful. And then here come these thoughts and voices in your head. Man, you still got 3 years left on this lease.
Mm.
Man, how you gonna pull this off?
Ooh.
Man, what kind of money you gonna get? Do you know you gotta have money to go there? Man,
Mm-hmm.
come on. You ain't got no family up there. What if something happened? You
Mm-hmm.
can't start no business. How you gonna start a business? How you gonna be a movie star? How you gonna be a doctor? How you gonna be a good husband?
Mm-hmm.
All these things, man, and that terror from ourselves is the most scary to me and the most vicious because other people, we can block them out. We can ignore, we can
Absolutely.
call them haters.
Mm-hmm.
But when we do it to ourselves, we kind of subject to that. We're just kind of victim and being bound by that, man. Just really believing those thoughts, really believing that voice in our head, really believing the nightmare that came after hope, that came after daydream for something we're really reaching for, man. And I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like it's a good topic to just discuss, and everybody being honest and open enough to know that, yeah, we see discouragement. Some of the
Mm-hmm.
most successful people we know, I'm sure, had to face that voice in their head. I'm sure had to
Absolutely.
face people close to them that didn't believe what they saw.
Absolutely.
So, hey, man, nightmares after daydreams is a real thing. We just
Mm-hmm.
have to identify it and know what it is. And just to start, and I'll be finished. But, if we can just identify it and know that it's a nightmare and know that it's just that, know that it's not reality. So when
Mm-hmm.
that voice come, we can know, hey, yeah, it came. Yeah, I was scared and nervous, but knowing the truth that, hey, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing the truth that, hey, I'm a good man. I'm a good woman. I'm beautiful. I'm
Mm-hmm.
successful. I'm wealthy. I'm
Mm-hmm.
healthy. When we know the truth, you can look at that voice and see it for what it is, and that's just a nightmare. But we don't believe it to be reality. We believe the voice in our head over the truth about ourselves, man. So,
Mm, mm. Yeah, man. I like that, man. I ain't wanna, I ain't wanna interrupt too much, but
hey, my bad, man.
nah,
I
nah,
know I
nah,
was
nah,
rambling,
nah,
man.
nah, I ain't want to interrupt because you was going there, but it was good. I agree with
Appreciate it.
everything that you were saying. And one thing that I wanted to kind of piggyback on was that, when you say it's not reality, them nightmares is not reality. And one thing I think about is that they got this thing called a metaverse, and they got the VR that you can put on top of on top of on
Oh
top of
yeah.
your head, and you go into virtual reality, right? And
Hmm.
so when you go into virtual reality, some of those things seem so real. They seem so real because they're in your head. You can see it, and it's in your head, but can't none of those things touch you.
Right.
Can't none of those things touch you. Can't none of those things affect you. And so when we have them nightmares, a lot of times it just be in our head, and it be stuff we seeing that can't affect us. It can't
Man.
affect us. And so we are stuck in that virtual reality of a nightmare, and we be so stuck in our head, be thinking those things can happen to us, when we end up thinking that what will end up happening is, once we go out into reality and try some of the things out, we realize it's not as worse as we thought it was going to be.
Man.
That's one of the things. So we stepped out of virtual reality. We got out the video game. We got out of that place where we thought that something bad was going to happen.
Right.
We got out of that place where we seen something was going to happen. And we actually went to a place where we did something and realized it wasn't going to be as tough as we thought, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we get caught up in our head so many times on so many things. And I can think back, if we can have a mind as a child when we go out to explore the world, we're a little bit, we got a little bit more brain capacity than when we had when we was younger. We got a few more years of experience. And so with that experience that we have in that time, now we can be more cautious. But if we take that same approach as a child, so I wonder how this worked. I wonder how that worked. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see. I can do this. I can climb on the monkey bars. I can go down this slide. I can ride my bike without training wheels.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk. I can go from crawling to walking. I can eat solid food because I got teeth now. I only got 4, but I can eat solid food now. But children take that approach in order to learn more. And I think as we get older, we be so cautious and we be so afraid to learn something new that you're afraid to fail. And especially when it's in front of people. Oh man, let me go there for a minute. That's another
Come on.
thing. You know how when you have, I know a lot of people had dreams that they woke up naked in the classroom or they woke up naked at work, you know, and those things can be embarrassing. But
Mm-hmm.
when you start that business and it fails,
Mm.
you know, let me use me. When you start that podcast and you only get 1 view on that video that you post,
Man.
you only
Yeah.
get 1 view, you know, you don't get no likes. And it's been up there 2 weeks. And I know more than 10 people that saw it. At least hit the like button. This is gonna be the one.
Hit the
Man,
like.
I made this, I made this real EI. I done sent it to you. I'm excited about it. Man, I
Yeah.
posted and
Mm.
we all have been in that space. And when you fail in front of people, it seems like the embarrassment is like 10 times worse than if it's just you in the background.
Oh
But
yeah.
what I say, you know, to me, and you can seek out professional help on this, but to me, one thing you got to do, you just got to jump out there and try it. When you was a
Yeah.
child and you rode your bike, you fell down, you scraped your knee when you didn't have the training wheels on, you got back on. Got back on that bike, tried it again, fell again. Okay, well, I got to paddle faster. I got to learn how to hit my brakes. So I got to learn how to slow down. But you eventually learn to ride that bike. You eventually learn to skate. You eventually learn to swim. You eventually learn to run. You eventually learn to play basketball or play that sport.
Mm-hmm.
You eventually learn how to type. You eventually learn how to do those things because even though it was bumps in the road, it was scrapes, it was things that you ran into that you never ran into. You was able to surpass that and able to accomplish what you need to accomplish. So, man, Eon, let me quit rambling
Hey,
and
man, that's good
get off
stuff,
in there,
man.
man. I want to bring you in here. And one thing I want to touch on is this. What about, let me ask you this. What about, man, you know, a lot of people, they get into they get into a relationship and they think they done found the one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I done found the one. We
Right.
going out on dates, you know.
Right.
They send the text that I want to text, that the text that I want to see. They send me those texts and they sending me the pictures and you know they buy the stuff that I like. You know, they take me to places that I wanted to go. And that's because y'all not staying together. But now that
Mm-hmm.
y'all staying together, or y'all done got married, and you see a whole nother side of this person, you like, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this?
Right.
It's a stranger in my house. It took a while to figure it out. So yeah, I want you to man touch on that beautiful, that beautiful relationship, that dream you had of that relationship, and it just turned into a nightmare of a person, man. Can you touch on that for me, please? Can you touch on
Ma-
that for me?
Man, I'd love to touch on that, man. And that's crazy, that analogy, nightmares after daydream. We can talk about the honeymoon period in
Mm,
relationships where it's all nice and good, right? We were these
yeah.
sweet and loving people in the beginning, trying to
Mm,
win each other's affection and love and prove to you, girl, I'm the best thing ever happened to you.
ooh.
Or, same vice versa with the women. We shooting for all that. So all our best moves coming out the gate,
Mm,
your best lines, your best means of affection. You coming up with them like that, and as we keep going, and we keep going, like you
mm,
said, we start seeing stuff, and it's like, oh man,
mm,
this ain't that happily ever after I thought it was.
mm,
This ain't that dream of a relationship or dream of a marriage that I thought it was.
mm.
And how that pertains to this title, we think that we're in a nightmare. If you're in a
Mm.
relationship,
Yep.
you think that, oh man, this person now has shown me the real them. And so now I need to,
Mhm.
there's something I got to do. But the
Yep.
truth of it is, if you know that it's just a nightmare, that same voice that's telling you, hey man, this person ain't what they were before, that's
Mm,
telling you and showing you how bad they are and how different they are and how nasty that they are and how right you are, you know,
mm.
and we need to be more patient with people and knowing the truth that I would want somebody to be
Ooh.
patient with me, right?
Hey,
Not waiting because
come on, man.
waiting is just waiting. You sitting there, you could be
Mhm.
hateful, you could be angry while you're waiting because
Mm.
you're just waiting. Just mean you ain't making no moves, right? I ain't
Right,
making no
right, right.
decisions, but I'm not being patient because my inner state ain't right. How I'm
Mm.
feeling ain't right. How I'm treating you while I'm waiting on you as an individual, as I'm waiting on that loved one. If I'm being patient, I'll always have love. And
Right.
so it doesn't have to be that nightmare that we think it is,
Mhm.
because they're only showing you where you at, truthfully. Even if they
Ooh.
are somebody that's, messed up some kind of way you want to call it, this, that, the other.
Hold on, hold on. You said they only showing you where you at?
Yeah,
Ooh.
man. Hey, real
Huh.
real talk though, man.
Yeah,
I mean, and I
my
say they
bad, my
showing
bad,
you,
my bad. Go
no,
ahead,
no,
man.
no, 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 you good, man. But I say that because let's say somebody is nasty, right? They just how they communicate is
Mhm.
just real abusive. Not physically, but let's just use, communication wise, verbally, y'all abusive or toxic.
Mhm.
And you saying, hey, I didn't see this in the beginning, and so now they being this way and you getting all irate, they got you messed up, they got you depressed, they got you angry, they got you
Mhm.
changing what you do, changing what you
Mhm.
think about. They
Mhm.
all in your time of day, you thinking about them, you
Right.
stressed about them, you going here to fix that, you trying to smoke this or drink that to soothe this, and no knock on whoever does what. That's not
Right.
the point. But the point is we're reaching for something because of somebody else, right? So this
Mm.
partner doesn't turn nasty that I say, oh, they're a nightmare now. Now they got me acting away. And the reason I'm saying they got me acting away and it's reflecting where I'm at, they're only showing you that, hey, you're not truly aligned with yourself. You
Mm.
don't really truly love and know yourself.
Come
Because
on.
when somebody goes there, if I'm confident in knowing who I am and I love myself, I can
Mhm.
be patient. I can be patient. That doesn't mean I have to let anybody run over me, but you don't have to ruin my day because you're nasty. I don't have to let you
Mm.
stop me from doing the things I love to do because you're a jealous person or you're
Mm.
a possessive person or whatever it is. If they get me out of line, it's reflecting to me like, whoa, man, hey, get back to you.
Mhm.
Somebody said something to me and now my day messed up. It's a mirror showing me, hey, yo, yeah, come on, man. Now
Mhm.
your day, your actions, your mind, you worried, all this from somebody else that's an outside source. So I say, man, relationships reflect to us. So anybody that's thinking that a relationship has flipped, maybe it has. I'm not arguing that point, but you
Mhm.
don't have to make it a nightmare. You
Yep.
know what I mean? You don't have to stay on that story. That means get back to me. Be
Yep.
patient with them and
Yep.
just meaning that, hey, I don't lose my cool. That's all patience is really saying. Hey, have that inner state of peace no matter what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that way I can make decisions to know maybe I do need to leave. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
maybe I do need to stay, or maybe I know, you know what, this is the person that's right for me. They're human just like me. They
Mm-hmm.
messed up just like me. How about I show some love? So, man, I know we went kind of off there, man, but uh
Ooh. I don't know if I want to get behind that, man.
no, no,
I'm gonna
man. Come
put a
on in it.
hot 16 on there.
No, come on, come
Definitely.
on. Come on in here, Stan.
Man, chilling. But
Come
yeah,
on.
definitely, you know, everything that you was talking about, man. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And one thing I say, one key thing that stuck out to me was that that person is a reflection of you. And I think people be getting upset with themselves about the nightmare that they created. They get upset with it because you looking at that person to complete you or for them to be the dream that you always wanted.
Mm,
But the dream that you always wanted gonna start with you. And you wanted
right.
somebody else to be the dream that you wanted for your life. It's gonna always be a nightmare because you're looking for that person to fulfill something that you
Mm,
should be able to fulfill for yourself.
always a nightmare. I like that, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Always.
Mm-hmm. So once you start fulfilling your end, you start doing what you need to do, then that other person, you ain't gotta worry about what they doing, how they doing, and this and that, because you fulfilling the purpose that you have on your life. And one thing
Yes.
I'll say is that you eventually drive yourself crazy, and a lot of people live in a nightmare because of something they don't want to fix about them, and they looking at the other person. You study watching them, study looking at them. Okay, they
Mm-hmm.
did this wrong. Oh, they did that wrong. Oh, I can't
Mm-hmm.
wait. They did that wrong. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
they did that wrong too. Oh, you study looking for everything wrong to point out for that person. You try to find and you create a nightmare for yourself. If you
Yes.
realize it or not, you driving yourself crazy. You driving yourself crazy the whole time because you watching what your spouse doing. Watching
Man.
for what my girlfriend, I'm watching what my boyfriend doing. Just
Man.
I'm studying. Okay, they did that wrong. They did that wrong. Oh, they need to improve this. When the whole time, when you start to improve, when you start to be focused, you start to do the things that you need to do. And I point myself out. Now, me being a husband, I'm married to my wife. It was some things that I wanted my wife to do.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted her to do. But one thing I had to realize is that you weren't raised the way that I was raised. You
Mm-hmm.
wasn't taught the things that I was taught. So if I'm looking for you to act like me and you haven't been taught or shown the things that I have been shown, oh man, it ain't time to get mad at you. Now it's time to have what? Patience.
Mm.
It's time to start teaching and it's time to start understanding.
Right.
Because if I understand where you came from, understand what you went through, me as a man should be able to cater that situation to build you up.
Yes, sir.
Should be able to build you up. So that nightmare that I'm going through with you, I should be the dream.
Mm.
I should be the dream because of the connection that I have with the Most High. The vision
What?
He give me is
Yes.
gonna take your little nightmare away when you come to me, because it's gonna be like a dream, baby. Nah.
Well, well. Hey, he just said it.
Oh,
Hey.
let me quit talking that noise, man. But yeah, but yeah, you starting to work. You quit being mad at your spouse. Now, if y'all need help, go seek some help.
Right.
You know, go to what they call it. Yeah, help me out. Cause
What?
I draw the space. You know, the stuff you go for the relationship.
Me
When
going
you
to therapy.
therapy, there we go.
Yes, sir.
Go to therapy if you need to. Or if you want to talk to somebody, at least talk to somebody that's happily married or you want to be in a space where they at, where they
Man.
living it out. You want to talk to
Yeah.
those people because they'll be honest and they can give you some actual real time advice on
Right.
how to handle this situation. Not know, oh, let's go on YouTube. Let's watch
Mm.
this or let's watch that. No,
Right.
this what I went through. That that's what you're talking about. Yeah, me and my wife went through that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went through that. But guess
Right.
what? Somebody that really went through it is not gonna give you advice on what they did. They're gonna give you advice on you, how you should do it.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna
Hey, that
say because every relationship is different. Am I right? Yeah, get in there, man. Am I
no,
right?
no, you right, man. I mean, going to the right place, going to the right source for a solution, man. That's important. What you were saying, it's like I don't need to go to O'Reilly's Auto Parts to find the best, groceries. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
We a lot of the times we all run to the wrong places, man. You know what I mean? We run to people who maybe went through it, but they probably wasn't successful. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Or
That's good.
or we scared of therapy, and that's a big thing, a big like I don't know, man. We kind of afraid of that, especially that and our people. I know
Yeah.
we
Yep.
we look at therapy as like, man, something wrong with you, something crazy, spending money for somebody to tell you something. But some of us really need for people to tell us something. You need somebody to listen at you. Therapy is good.
Yep.
So that's key what you were saying, Stan. Like, man, hey man, going to the right place. Somebody that went through that could tell you, because they went through and they learned,
Yep.
they hit that bump in the road and they'll tell you, hey, man, this is what we did. But when
Mm-hmm.
you get here, look out for this. Or
Yep.
don't go down that road. So
Mm-hmm.
the right place is key, and we're not saying that even as RMT that, hey, we therapists or
Mm-hmm.
doctors or anything, you know what I mean? We're just sharing our experiences, our own
Yep.
opinions
Yep.
about this matter. But hey, whatever avenue you take the right one that fits for you and works for you, a positive source, man, to get some answers from.
Ooh, man. Yeah, man ain't playing today, man. Let's see what that man had for lunch, man. But yeah, I definitely love, you know, just finding cut this thing off. Give me 1 second. Cut this off. Finding finding a good mentors and good therapists, somebody that you can talk to, that's always good. And man, I'll tell you another thing is like, one thing that I'm gonna tell you, like, man, even starting this pod, it was at first, it was a dream of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to EI and he shared this vision with me. So both of us was dreaming in the sky. And it was good to have somebody come and be in that dream with me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
no doubt.
so the good thing about it is not only EI, I want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife too, that she also, was backing
Shout
me
out.
that, and I gotta give up props there. But then I'm gonna tell you what comes into it is like after you get it started, the nightmare that I was running into was like, nah, I gotta learn how to edit. I don't know how to edit.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta learn how to post this. I gotta learn how to do this. Things I didn't look into because a lot of times when you dream and you just had a dream and you just run forward.
Mm.
You just run forward. And because you didn't look into it, that dream can turn into a nightmare because you didn't look into what goes into everything.
Right.
And so now you upset because you didn't do the proper research about the thing that you wanted to go into. You didn't do research about it. And
Right.
sometimes just be honest, like we don't even pray and ask God if that's what He want us to do. We don't even do that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that.
Nope.
And one thing in going into this that I found out is like, even though you have a dream, you also have to look at the reality of certain things to make sure that you're going in the right direction. because once you start getting into it, because once you start getting into it, I started editing and started looking at this. You gotta look at the time that you gotta spend on there. You gotta look at, and then you gotta continue to learn. You gotta continue
Right.
to learn. Got to continue to, okay, I gotta do this. Okay, I figure out how to edit the audio, but
Yep.
editing the video is totally different. So now I
Mhm.
gotta. So now you have to be patient and be like, you know what? Even though this is a nightmare to me, I like it. This is
Mm.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
This one, because with a dream, after you wake up, it might be over with. Because
Mhm.
just yeah, you can bag me up on this. Just because you have a dream and you like to do something, it don't necessarily mean you want to do it all the time.
Oh yeah.
It don't mean you want to do it all the time. Like you better believe every game that Steph Curry play. He ain't say he want to play every game. He love the game, but I'm not
Right.
saying every game he hyped up for every game. I ain't gonna say LeBron hyped up for every game. I ain't
Right.
gonna say Beyonce hyped up for every concert that she want to
Mhm.
sing all the time. I can even say, Yolanda Adams, she a gospel singer. I know she ain't be like, I love the Lord, but man, I got this concert. I know I got to go out there and do it.
Right.
You know,
That's
Mark,
real, man.
you got Mark, even Mark Zuckerberg. He get up, he like, man, I know I got to run this company. You know,
Mhm.
I might not feel like it, but I still got to do it. And sometimes your dreams turn into that. Now, don't get it twisted. You know,
Right.
yeah, but yeah, I get it there, man, because
Hey,
I
hey,
wanna.
nah, that's good stuff, man. Like you said, a lot of people don't want to put the work in. We hear
Mhm.
a lot of people that a daydream can just turn into a nightmare just from them not wanting to put the work in and
Yeah,
and being afraid of what comes up against whatever you. And there's nothing we can pursue that there ain't gonna be some opposition, right?
absolutely.
Nothing that we try to create where it ain't gonna be a bump in the road or a day where it's like, man, I ain't feeling it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And we have to fight through that. We have
Hmm.
to fight through that. I can't be complaining about how bad my life is, but if I look at, well, how much time do I spend here? This is work. This is family.
Hmm.
This is my phone.
Hmm.
Okay, social media.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
this I'm doing this. And then you look at the results, and your
Hmm.
dream only get the portion of maybe 5 minutes, if that, when you daydreaming about it. But
Exactly.
really not taking any steps toward it.
Mm.
And so it's become a nightmare. That fear, man, all these things that we talked about today tying in with just what we think we trust these nightmares to be the truth. We trust the voices in our head to be the truth. We trust the
Absolutely.
haters to be the truth and the true judges.
Hmm.
And it's really not. That's really not reality. But we make it that.
Yep.
So
Yeah, man. That's good, man. And I just it's just, man, I appreciate you coming and bringing this to the pod, man. It's been a dope topic that
oh,
we
no doubt, man.
discuss, man. And but without further ado, I know you just got through, but we got to get off the interstate, man. Let this top
Hey,
back,
man.
make a left over here, man. We're gonna go over here to Eat Eyes Corner.
Well. Welcome, y'all. Back again. Put the top
So,
back. I see you. Hey,
yes,
just take a
sir.
break real quick. I know y'all putting the pedal to the metal. For a quick second, just come here and holler at your boy. Y'all know how I do. Thank the listeners. Thank y'all for being in another segment.
Absolutely.
We must. We got to talk about the black and yellow. Shout out, Still a Nation.
Why? They not
And
even
then
friends.
even if the listeners,
They're not
even if y'all
for their
sitting there
honest.
and y'all discouraged by Stan the Man, you know what I mean? Look, just hey, tough through it. He gonna be there. He's gonna be a hater till we die. You know what I mean? But black and yellow, let's stand up all day. Here we go. Now, so you just gotta keep. You can't let it stand in there. You just gotta keep going. But anyway, y'all, man, and me, what's been going on lately, Stan? We can look on social media, man. We see a lot of people just, losing their cool, bro. I was
Absolutely.
looking the other day, man, at Shannon Sharp,
Mm.
you know, and there was, you know the whole incident with him and that was Dylan Brooks and John Morant talking to Steven Adams. And,
Yeah.
no big deal. I don't got any judgment. Not to call it anything, but we saw that a moment where something was about to get physical, where rage was about to take over and manifest itself in a physical form to where we about to throw hands and move furniture.
Absolutely.
So I just want to say to people out there, hey, look, man, take some time to breathe. Take some time to think about it. And you know what I mean? And try not to let us lose our cool. There's some people that, like I always say, ain't here today because of people losing their cool. There's people that made mistakes, said things, done things that they can't take back.
Yep.
Let's just, keep our cool, y'all. Think about it sometimes. Sometimes just tell yourself, you know what? Hey, it's just a nightmare. This ain't real. You know what I mean? Woosah, walk, leave. Now, if you got to protect yourself, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Go Rambo on 'em. But, if you can just hold that pride and that ego back some, hey, every now and then it's okay to just, let it go. You might look like the simp. You might look like the weak one, but trust me, you're making the right choice. So let's keep our heads. Let's manage this time with social media. I love it. It's a great tool and a great resource. But if you're on social media as much as you are on the clock at work, you know what I mean? And you're not working, I'm talking about social media, not creating content, but you just on there in the comments, instigating, being nosy, having fun. Hey, just trim some of it back some. You know what I mean? Just spend some of that time and put toward a goal of yours, a dream. If you're on there 7 hours, try 6. If you're on there 7 hours, consecutively, I'm praying for you. That's a lot of time. Yeah. But that's all I got y'all today. You know what I mean? Just on a positive note, man. Want to keep y'all lifted up, man. So appreciate y'all stopping by the corner with your boy IG. Let's take it back to Stan, man.
Oh yeah. So man, that's all I got, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. Also, if you want to see us, talk to us, communicate, you can hit us up on all the social media platforms as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Anchor, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Look up Real Men Talk Podcast and we'll pop up. You can comment, like, subscribe. Let us know how you feeling. Let us know what you like about the content, and we'll hit you back and let you know, hey, thank you, whatever. But we appreciate y'all. And on that note, we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.